Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to thank you so much to Amelia Rahmapadilla as a previous presenter. And now, in this occasion, let me introduce myself first. My name is Chevin Abdeni, and my student's number is 182122038. In this occasion, I want to continue the presentation, which explains about the acquisition of phonology and morphology, with the subtopic of the pedagogical strategy in developing phonology and morphology skills. All right, in this context, which is the pedagogical strategy in developing phonology and morphology skills, there are some activities which also become the strategies that have been designed to increase knowledge of the structural aspect of the language itself, such as here we can call it as a phonology and morphology. It is designed to enhance children's pragmatic competences. Pragmatic competences here is something that has explained by Amelia Rahmapadilla in the previous explanation. And here it is designed to enhance children's pragmatic competencies, the ability to engage in conversation, to tell stories and explain about something related to the children's life, which also relates to the aspect of the language acquisition itself. Alright, according to Menu and 3005, there are 9 strategies or pedagogical strategies, let's say some activities which can help children improve, increase, and develop their phonology and morphology skills. The first one is listening to stories, retelling the stories, and telling children's own stories. This activity will actually enable children or students to produce oral target language. Here I symbolize as L2. Since oral production is difficult, where they need to focus not only what they will say, but how they will say it. It means that how they arrange, how they design, and how they modify the sentences and the language that they will use to communicate, to retell the stories, and to deliver the stories to the friends around them. And the next one is writing stories. Writing stories allows learners or children, or we can say it is students, time to work on both ideas and language, because in writing activities, children or students tend to think what they will actually deliver, what they will actually write to the text in the written form, in the written context. It is actually the writing stories. And the third one is show and tell activities. It is not only requires what is the ability to tell, but might also require explanation. It depends on the topics for show and tell, because show and tell activities here, it is not only about the ability to tell, but here how they tell something to their friends, how they deliver and inform something or retell their stories to their friends, how they use their language to retell the stories to their friends. It is show and tell the activities. But here we have to highlight that it depends on the topics for show and tell. Okay. Perhaps the language itself also, what is it, is adjusting to the context and to the context that children will inform that situation or their information. The next one is reading short version of the stories. It helps teachers and students in it helps teacher and students in guiding the activities of reading and writing narratives, because here children, I mean, it is let's say students and teacher collaborate each other to, what is it, to design and to create a narrative, how they will communicate, interact each other in terms of what is it communicate in terms of tell the stories, inform the stories, and talking each others about the stories itself. And the five one, real life experience and visual presentation, because these strategies actually can help a teacher to teach, for example, vocabulary to the students, the new vocabulary to the students, an additional vocabulary, an additional language, which is it can be what is it, a new language, a new knowledge to the children, to the students to be learned by them. All right, and the next one is small group or rehearsing. This is a kind of cooperative strategy of think or pair or set, which also allows for thinking and consulting time. It gives the learners time to draw on their background knowledge, learn related vocabulary, and practice with little language. Because in this rehearsing, students will know what what their position in that group, how their responsibilities to the group, how they cooperate, how they work with the group. This is actually happen as a pedagogical strategist. And the seventh one is discussion about various issues. It allows learners or students to provide important experience about listening to peers and what is it and take perspective about the other, because in these activities, which is discussion about various issues, children will force to deliver something broadly, something what is, yeah, something broadly. It is from the different perspective, from any kind of different point of view, because it will help them to create their critical thinking, their knowledge, and their language to be used to what is it when they telling the stories, when they telling about the current issues. And the next one is dialect journals. It is an alternative strategy, especially helpful for students who dare to talk, because after we read journal, after we what is it analyze the journal and what is it adjust the journal, we have to dialogue, we have to share, we have to what is it discuss about something about the point that we have gotten from the journals itself, because after we are reading the journals, we have, I mean, we front to the, we tend to present what we have gotten after we read. And the last one is teacher as a model form of the language. This strategy has been successfully adapted to be used bilingually, because teacher who has what is it who has the language ability more than one or two, we can say it is like bilingual or multilingual ability, uh, will become the role model of the teachers, will become the role model of the students, where the students can imitate, can learn, and can acquire the language acquisition itself from the teacher. And therefore, here teacher has a main role, has a main position, has a main part of the language acquisition in the context of phonology and morphology skill itself. And they are the pedagogical strategy in developing phonology and morphology skills according to Manuk and Priest in 2005. All right, everyone, maybe that's all from me. Thank you so much for your kind attention, and I'm sorry if I have a mistake. And here are the references that we use to deliver and to be used in this presentation. All right, thank you so much, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.